Please subscribe math.com and don't forget to hit the bell icon for more video updates.
Hello everyone, our today's topic is how you can find the rank of a square matrix using two different methods. One is the determinant method and the other is the row echelon form. So keep this in mind that this video is about the square matrix where row and column are number of rows is equals to number of column, and I'll discuss in detail about the rectangular matrix as well, but here we will use only the examples where the matrix is a square. So this is given, this is a matrix of order 3 into 3 where we have 3 rows and 3 columns. How we can use the determinant to find the rank of a matrix? Rank refers to the maximum number of linearly independent rows, or you can say the maximum number of rows that are unique, that are not made of the other rows. So we have to find it. So we can find it by using the determinant method. So determinant method is first what we have to do, we have to find the determinant of this matrix. So we will make use of the concept of finding the determinant in just 2 minutes that we have discussed in our previous lecture. So you can find its link in the information above, or you can also visit the playlist. So A determinant is 1 into minus 24 minus 25 plus 1 into 8 minus 15 plus 2 multiplied by 10 plus 18. A determinant comes out is equals to 0. Now how this will help out to find the rank of a matrix? Now in term of rank, one thing that is very important you need to note here, that note these conditions: if A determinant of a given matrix is not equals to 0, that means the rank of a matrix, rank of A, is equals to the order of the matrix. That ultimately means that the rank of a matrix will be, this is the sign of rank of a matrix, equals to the order of a matrix. What is the order of this matrix? The order of this matrix is 3. That is, it has 3 rows and 3 columns. It means its rank will be equals to 3. So you have found the rank and no need to go to the next step. But in case you came across the situation that A determinant is not equals to 0, in that case rank will not be equal to the order of the matrix. It means rank will not be equals to the order of the matrix. What you have to do then you have to take any minor from, or you can say a 2 into sub matrix from the given matrix. For example, you can take these 4 to find the determinant. You can take these 4 to find the determinant, or any 2 into 2 sub matrix, and find the determinant. Check whether the determinant is equals to 0 or not. So let's see what it will be then. Let's take a matrix as 1, 2, minus 1, minus 6, and find its determinant. It will be minus 6 plus 2 equals to minus 4. That is not equal to 0. Now what does it mean? It means the same case that we have discussed here, that if it is not equal to 0, then the rank will be equal to the order of the matrix. Now what is the order of this matrix? This matrix has order equals to 2, because this is a matrix of order 2 into 2. Here we have 2 rows and 2 columns. So in such a case, the rank of a matrix will be what? Equals to the order of the matrix. What is the order of this submatrix? That is 2. So we can say that rank is equals to 2. That is order of submatrix. So we need to carry on this process until we get determinant not equal to 0. As we get the determinant equal to 0, we have to move to the next step and move to the submatrix of the given matrix in order to find the rank. So in case in here the determinant equals to 0, then we can straightly say that the rank of this matrix equals to 1. So rank of this matrix cannot be equal to less than 1. The rank of 0 matrix will be 0. So here the rank is equals to 2. So this is how you can use the determinant method to find the rank of a matrix. This is one method. Now the other method is row echelon form. Let's see how you can use this method to find the rank. So we are given with this, we will use the same matrix, as we need to verify the answer as well. So it means we have to get the same rank, and let's see how we can do that. Now this is a matrix of order 3 into 3, and we have to convert into a form that is row echelon form, in which you must have a non-zero element here, then the non-zero elements here, then 0 at this location, 0 at this location, and a non-zero element on the right side of the first row. It means then you must have something value say x1 here, and then you must have 0 here, and then here must be x2 or it must be x3 or some value. It is also possible that the last row can be entirely 0. It depends what will be the rank of the matrix. So let's convert this given matrix into a form that will be like this. This is basically a row echelon form in which each non-zero element has the zeros in the column, and every second row has a non-zero element on the right of the first row. So let's convert it as we are going to apply the row operation on it. So I'll write it like this. So what we have to do, we have to make this 0 and this 0. So let's apply the row operation on it as 1, minus 1, 2, and 2. We can make it 0. It means we can make R2 dash will be the new row, and we can make R2 0 by subtracting it from 2 times of R1. So what we will do, we will write it here as it will be 0, like 2 minus 2 into 1, then minus 6 plus 2, it will be minus 4, and 5 minus 4, it will be 1. Then again one more operation that we can apply here is on R3 dash. R3 dash will be R3 minus 3 times R1. So what we will get is 3 minus 3, 0, 5 plus 3, 8, and 4 minus 6 equals to minus 2. So we have got the 2 zeros. Now what is the next step? We have to make this 8 as 0, as we have written here the row echelon form as. So again we are going to apply a row operation, and what we will do is 1, minus 1, 2, 0, minus 4, 1, and what will be the row operation? We have to make changes to the third row. So R3 dash will be 2 times R2 plus R3. Let's see what we will get. We will get is 2 into 0 is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0, 2 into minus 4 is minus 8 plus 8 is 0, 2 into 1 is 2, 2 minus 2 is 0. So what we have got? We have got zeros in the last row, and rank is the number of non-zero rows, or so rank is also the number of non-zero rows. So from here we can say that how many non-zero rows we have? We have 2 non-zero rows. So we can say that the rank of a matrix is A is equals to 2. So we have 2 rows that are not 0 and that are linearly independent. So the rank is like this. So this is how you can find the rank of a square matrix by using determinant and row echelon form. In the next lecture we will see how you can find the rank of a rectangular matrix using the row echelon form, because we cannot use the determinant method to find it. So that's all from today's lecture. Thank you.